for Aurora because things are going to get easier if you get to land those arrows early on. And you mentioned that the strength of Akale is literally be a spy and a traitor against Aurora. And that wouldn't be possible at all, especially if Aurora takes charge again onto the early phasing of the game. You would want a hero that could possibly more be agile in the map here for AP Bren.
Maybe a Ruby.
Not again.
Not
Please,
again.
no.
But yeah, AP Bren, I believe that they are required to ban Badang or Gatot Kacha here.
So they're gonna go for the Rizzler. Okay, they take away the Rizzler.
Badang for Rora.
And the worst part is you don't even know if it's Roam Badang or XP Lane Badang.
That's right.
Edward knows how to play that hero too.
And
Happy
Edward
birthday,
is
by the way.
smiling.
Yeah.
Alright, let's wait. You know what? At this point, they could get the Gatot Kacha for still a flex pick.
Yeah, it's the same.
That's still a flex
Actually,
pick.
I treat Badang and Gatot almost the same.
Okay. It's the same picture, my dude. It's the same picture.
Yeah. For AP Bren, are they gonna be tempted to pick up the Esmeralda here?
What?
That actually could work.
Or maybe the Uranus.
What picture are they painting right now?
Or maybe even a Hilda. You know, stuff that could, people or heroes that could actually just catch the Abyssal Arrows.
Yeah.
What if? Just go straight up Arlot here for Lord J.
Straight up Arlot. That's also an option, you know?
What if, right?
Or maybe go full comfort. Lock in the Benedetta, boy.
Xavier for... Is this a Xavier?
Okay.
Oh my
wait.
god, no.
All right.
Again.
I respect that, you know? At least they're running a Hayabusa this time around. No amount of crowd control could stop the Oogie Shadow kill anyway, so...
Yeah.
That's an answer.
Is it really the Hayabusa the only hero that they needed to replace Insta Joy here? I believe not really.
Not really, but maybe they planned something really with this. Maybe they know some weird rotation that we'll see later on. But Aurora now can easily answer this. Esmeralda is open. You also have that Arlot. You can even go just straight up Hylos against AP Bren. Although there is the threat of the Lunox, if you have help from your teammates, that could also work. And the CC, obviously.
Okay.
There's no answer to the CC.
This is annoying. It's annoying if you're AP Bren.
Oh my gosh.
The presence of vengeance on the hands of the CC, potentially even the Gatot Kacha, if he doesn't run the Revitalize, just makes sure that you can't go full Mad Lad Chaos Darkening mode if you're Aqua. So that's going to be a big problem. But overall, looking at the entire composition, let's focus on AP Bren for a bit. How do you think AP Bren could extend this to a potential Game 3?
Well, they have to get initiations in the mid game. They can they can force Purifies, they can force battle spells with maybe the Ruby, and then change it up with the Kalea, or vice versa, because they have two options when it comes to initiations. But the most important thing that they need to do to force Game 3 is to make sure that they don't lose in the early game.
Oh yeah. Well,
trade if you can't contest, you know?
Hopefully we do see that. A better early game coming in from AP Bren as we head on to game number 2 of this best of 3 series. It's already Aurora Gaming taking the game 1 lead with a dominant victory. And now with a somewhat similar draft between both of these teams, we might see AP Bren make a miraculous comeback if they're able to fix their early game.
Yep, there is still hope if ever James Songs is able to get the objectives for the second round. Compared to game number 1, where it was really monopolized here for Aurora, and they could also just make the place safer here for Shizu versus onto what happened for game number 1, literally changing the whole narrative for the early facing of our game.
I agree. You know, just make sure that your gold laner has a better laning phase against Dominkite, and okay. James Banks already moving around with that quad shadows, but Yue steals it away. Oh wait, he does it. That's good for AP Bren.
Great start here for AP Bren, different from game 1.
Why is Lord JM... Yeah, okay, finally he's level 2, but I wonder what happened if he got frozen or something. But yeah, there's some moves that AP Bren are doing up top wherein they are securing the XP grab, or trying to secure the XP grab by putting 2 heroes up there top, going up against Edward. Not sure if it will be as effective, but at least it's something.
Yep, at least they will be able to unleash the beast without the Lucas though here for AP Bren. And we could definitely see them fight for the first turtle if ever after this first round of minions.
Yeah, I mean, I think for AP Brand, they're already doing much, much better than what they did in game number 1. X-Nova playing it safe, just making sure that the gold laner and the mid laner are having fun in terms of their laning phases. But now with the first turtle about to spawn, Aurora Gaming already establishing a great position around this big objective. But it seems that they're going to go to other places while Demon Kite starts it up.
Okay, X-Nova just soaked up most of the damage here for Aurora. But still, I believe this will be a hard-fought turtle if ever James Banks goes in the move. But Lord James already in position. Demon Kite backing up a little. James Banks is too far away. He's going to be a first blood and a first turtle. And even so, they could follow up for a more sustainable heroes here for Yue. Still doubles down, Aqua is down. Multiple hits here for AP Brand.
But was it worth it? X-Nova bites the dust with Abyssal Trap. And that's going to be a triple kill for Yue. Now on that snowball once again.
Oh, big oof coming up from AP Brand. They threw 3 bodies just to get the turtle. But 3 bodies dropped against the members of Aurora, particularly from Yue. Obviously, that last arrow was, it required a skill shot, but the first 2 kills from Rora were just so good. They also defended Demon Kite, by the way.
That wasn't what I was expecting when I mentioned James Banks needs to contest and get first turtles, not at the cost of your teammates, right? And giving triple kill this early on to Yue just says a lot, and Selena needs those numbers in order to snowball this early. And now it looks like Aurora did it again against AP Brand, and another arrow hitting in X-Nova. The intel is just disrupted here for AP Brand.
Well, the moment that you get your first item in this Selena, especially with the amount of cooldown reduction he gets from the boots as well, means that the Abyssal Traps and arrows will be landing quite frequently. And even if you miss 100 of your shots, if you're able to land 100 shots to begin with, it's going to be a really tough battle here for AP Brand.
And Aurora are putting their pieces in the right positions, like this one.
Oh no, that's going to be an easy peasy pick off here for Edward.
Yeah.
Yep. And just like that, 4-0 already. Aurora Gaming ahead by 1,600 gold as this turtle spawns 20 seconds from now. Light in a prime position here. Potential 3v1 though.
Okay, it's going to be a sandwich. Wait, that's a double taunt here.
Whoa!
And that's going to be a secured kill here for Dominkite. What had happened there?
Wow, that was fancy footwork. Definitely coming up from Light. Apart from the fact that he's already positioned so well around that Crabbear's bush, he actually moved upwards and then dashed in to catch 2 of the important members of AP Brand. He did not mind the one in front. He actually went for the backlines.
And that's exactly what you want. But AP Brand going forward onto the front liner. Edward is down, but still a turtle here for Aurora, and not stopping there is going to be Dominkite accumulating that much of an energy shield plus a possible turret push as well.
Almost a kill as well. 240 gold from the platings alone, plus the turtle. Yes, Edward did fall down, but Aurora Gaming, they do find X-Nova.
Oh, there's a dance around. Even the Diamond Force activated. X-Nova already exhausted his ultimate. Might be a go here for Aurora as they circle around the map. Arrow will miss out, but there's going to be light yet again. Targeting Shinsu. A double pick-off here for Aurora.
Brother is clip farming on a Gadot Kacha pickup. That is insane. Light with back-to-back insane plays, and now Yue seals the spotlight, takes out James Banks. Aurora Gaming now ahead by 4,000.
Full-on massacre here for Aurora.
Unbelievable. It looks like he had like rapid boots there because of how fast he was moving, but he doesn't. Tough boots, not even the Wilderness Blessing. Light is actually styling on AP Brand right now. Good positioning and even better targeting. Almost lines up the members of AP Brand, connecting them like dots. And then allowing his teammates to just destroy AP Brand.
He also makes it look like it's easy to use a Gadot Kacha. But no, that is a very hard thing to do. Go for the double taunt here against AP Brand. The timing is really everything. A chef's kiss here for Light Gadot Kacha.
And to be fair, most of the work is done before the actual play. Positioning himself around at the right time, the right place. Yeah. And here's something that you talked about early on, Wolf. X-Nova hates those Abyssal Traps. The conceal play was cancelled out immediately.
Okay, a lot is happening. And a lot of footwork, as you mentioned, makes it possible here for Aurora. Might be another big objective taken down here, but we feel Apbr might contest still this one.
All right, Apbr now setting up around the final turtle of the game, but Aurora Gaming is already around the corner, just in range for the pistol traps and the arrows, and Light will be reclaiming that pixel brush for Aurora Gaming, and it seems that he's going to go for the taunt.
Okay, look, it's going to be Aurora being proactive and getting a pick off here onto Apbr, and they can do nothing but stare back as the turtle will be rushed over here by Demon Kite.
And that's going to be 2 turtles out of 3 for Aurora Gaming as the gold lead spikes up to 6,000. Wolf, if you're Apbr, how do you slow this game down?
Oh, you might want to bank on the wave clear that you have from the Beatrix. Maybe get some catch, maybe get the Hayabusa and allow him to go for the split push plays. But there's just not much that they can do apart from that. It's impossible for them to contest this upcoming Lord.
Yep.
Unless Rora, you know, they mess up badly, but I doubt that will be the case.
That's a lot of maybe, but this is a mayday here for Edward. A very nice catch around. The Vitalist activating here for Light, able to take down a head X-Nova for Edward. Is that the right call here for Apbr? There's the conceal play. They could go for one more. US right on track. Another arrow hitting out to Aqua. But that was a very good pickoff here for both of them.
That was a great pickoff. I think X-Nova plus Lord JM burning the flickers, however, might have just been a bit too much here. Aurora still going to invade the purple side. Hits Dominkite, and here comes the Zaman Force.
Okay, whoops. Lord JM did a cute whoops here onto Demon Kite. Even if I'm offended, don't warn Wolf King. Still, easy takedown here for Aurora.
And now moving towards the first Lord of the game, Wolf. You told us that Apbr cannot afford to fight for this Lord. What do they do now?
They just split the map, just get some trades afterwards. Just don't die. Don't give away any more resources for Aurora. Don't just cut your losses. Because the thing is, they were able to get a kill onto Edward, but they had to spend 2 flickers, 2 ultimates just for that one. In fact, even more ultimates actually. Especially coming out from Shizu. And right now, those flickers from both X-Nova as well as Lord JM, they're not available. So there's just really no way for them to engage.
Okay, if you can't afford it yet, just don't spend too much time on it. Meanwhile, for Aurora, they could definitely spend their time here. A very good layer here for Edward with a double kill. Light has been taken out, but that is 2 frontliners here from Apbr eliminated, and they're not stopping there. Going on ahead of Shizu. Aqua as well is a very tight spot. James starts activating the Ugi Shadow kill, but it's going to be a close fight here. And that's going to be a very destroyful clash for Aurora.
And all of that happening while the Lord was taking its nice time with Demon Kite here. An 8K gold lead already for Aurora Gaming. And Apbr looking to defend against the first Lord push.
Oh my goodness. When we said that Apbr should not fight, they still kept on fighting. They still kept on poking. All they needed to do was to defend, but they still fought afterwards. But what a nice layering of spells, by the way, coming out from Rora. They did take out Light after this, but they should have backed out, especially after the stun onto Aqua. And then James Max did not have the Shadow kill prepped, because usually when you pop the ultimate, you go to another Shadow. But instead, he had to cast a Shadow. And during his dash animation, Dominkite already interpolated where he will appear and pop the Synchro Vision in that specific place.
Well, to be fair, I think he didn't really have a choice here for James Banks. If the Quad Shadow was on cooldown, his only defensive option was to go for the Ugi Shadow kill. The Lord does melt in the top lane, and the shields are still online for Apbr, but here comes another arrow!
Okay, Aurora is still all over the place, just trying to limit what Apbr can do, but Tsunami Slam onto Light. Revitalize activated. It's going to be a nice pull here for X-Nova and even Lord JM. But still, that's going to be an unstoppable kill. There's going to be the Wookiee Shadow kill for James Bass, shutting down Dominkite.
Massive kill here for Apbr. And the best part, if you're part of the Hive, none of your inhibitor turrets went down.
Yeah, very important pickoff coming out from Apbr. James Pax just in the right moment, and this time he is prepped up. He has 3 items with him as well. Going for the Heptaseeks, Hunter Stark, as well as this Malefic Roar. And when it comes to Aqua, he already has the Divine Glaive to go with the Glowing Wand as well. So there is some damage that will come out of Aqua, especially when he nails the Lunox Bomb. In fact, they want to take advantage of this.
Okay, AP Brand looking
Oh,
a little bit
Edwards-
shady.
Edward spotted them.
He knows. We do that too, you know.
Not only did he hear it from a mile away, he's also still running that vengeance. So was on cooldown during that time. Next Nova takes another abyssal arrow to the face, and it seems that Aurora Gaming is just stealing away all the jungle creeps that AP Bren has before they prep for the Lord.
Still constricting here if you're AP Bren. Even if you get a perfect target, as you mentioned, but the problem still relies heavily onto who they might have to go through before targeting Dominkite and even you.
It's just so difficult for the members of AP Brent to find those kills. They have to commit a lot, but eventually at the 15-minute mark maybe, they will have enough tools to deal with the members of Rora when it comes to damage output. Because that will mean like 4 items for James Max as well as Shizo and 3 items for Aqua. But the problem is, can they get to 15 minutes?
Well, to be fair, I think James Max already is rocking that Malefic Roar, which means he does deal a bit of damage, but still looking towards that potential BOD.
Okay.
X-Nova doesn't really go in with a concealed play, and now AP Bren, I think the call here is just defend the waves, give away the Lord, finally taking the safe route for a change of pace.
And maybe just extend the round. As Wolf had mentioned, the 15-minute mark might be the start here for AP Bren, although it's a late start. But also the BOD has been built up here for Shizu, so one more and they could go for a head here for Aurora.
To be fair with AP Bren, identifying that that was their only window, tried to go for the concealed play. That was actually commendable from AP Bren. However, Rora are way too experienced and they know that the only option there for them to lose the Lord was from a concealed play. And it did not happen. Rora now has 10,000 gold to smash against AP Bren's base.
Yeah, Aurora is reading them like an open book. Just going for the climax here. That's going to be the jump here for X-Nova. Too much damage to handle. Backing away slowly. Able to defend, but not the bottom lane turret here for AP Bren.
And that is a huge inhibitor turret take for Aurora Gaming, considering that the next Lord will be spawning near the top lane, which means that AP Bren needs to send out at least one member to clear this out quickly. And if I'm being honest, the only options that you have to send in the bottom lane would be James Max and Shizo.
They are.
That will be a push. Okay.
But gladly, they will take that bait. Dominkite able to back away.
Baby!
But the Oki Shadow will be able to take him down. It's war on 4 here for AP Bren. X-Nova will survive. Members of Aurora was a bit of a second too late here.
Yeah, James Max securing another crucial pickoff against Dominkite here. 2 of Dominkite's stats are all from the Oogie Shadow kills that James Max have been throwing around. And looking at the items for James Max, he is 500, 600 gold away from securing that Blade of Despair.
That's right. And that's a very important pickoff coming out from James Banks. Most importantly, the jump coming out from X-Nova. So instead of layering their stunts between X-Nova as well as Lord JM, this is the fact that X-Nova didn't have the flicker. During that moment, AP Bren have decided that they can go together. And that actually prompted a misplay coming out from Light, going in for the Gatatkacha ultimate without catching anyone, and not even able to help his Harith in that scenario. So that is actually such a big play coming up from AP Bren, forcing some errors inside of Rora.
And right on cue, we're already on our 15-minute mark of our game, and we're finally seeing some hope with what AP Bren is doing. And I do like that they could just juggle around here for Aurora, go for the bait jumps here for X-Nova, as Wolf have mentioned. Plus, I do like that Shizu, with his position, is not anywhere near assassins here for Aurora.
And despite the 0.5 KDA coming in from X-Nova, he's starting to be tanky enough for AP Bren to buy a bit of time here for both Shizo and Aqua to actually deal damage, especially by picking up that Dreadnought armor and I think a Silence Robe as well. And this is the cost-effective way of just making sure that you're able to tank the damage for your team, but this will be the second Lord of the game, in which case Aurora Gaming will be taking for free. Here comes the Mountain Shocker. They know that this is going to come in without any hesitation coming in from AP Bren, and that's going to be Aurora Gaming taking that second Lord.
This is the third Lord.
Third? Oh yeah, you're right. That is the third Lord.
Yeah, it looked very fast. Right? You almost forget the first Lord because, with all due fairness for AP Bren, they have actually defended well. It's the time where they were able to pick up Dominkite So I think it's clear now for Aurora. If Dominkite does not die in this Lord push again, they might just end the game.
So
for
that's the
Apbr, what they need to do is to fight under their turrets. In fact, I would say the idea here for Apbr is that they know that they cannot fight outside of their base, and they know that they have a big disadvantage if they do get out of their base and fight against Rora. So they just decided, let's just give the Lord.
Ooh.
Shizu, you can afford that.
But still, they have to watch out for this big arrows here from Yue as they defend the Lord, the third Lord for this round. But as they defend and melt down this Lord, their turret onto the top lane has been annihilated here for Aurora. And Edward just waiting for the right moment to pounce on.
Okay.
And it's Nova from the front. Going for the tsunami amount of life. AOG has been activated. He survived long enough for them to take down Apbr. It's going to be GG push here as Aurora sweeps Apbr.
A dominant win for Aurora Gaming, securing yet another dub, securing their top seed once again at the start of Week 4.
That's 5-match win streak, including this one. And things are just getting hotter here for Aurora Gaming.
What a godly ultimate there coming out from the Yi Shin. I think that maybe the Demon kind was able to read what James Max was trying to do and actually caught that Hayabusa together with Shizu. My goodness, what a player.
Well, a lot of learning experiences here for the sophomores and veterans of Apbr as they bow down for now in the regular season Week 4. They actually still have a game here.
That's right.
By Week 4 that will happen in Day 3 against Team Liquid Philippines. You know what? This is a hard week for Apbr. Not only you're up against Aurora Gaming in Day 1, you will be facing TLPH in Day number 3. But for now, we will be talking to the victors of match number 1. That's Aurora Gaming as we head to the main stage.
The lights are definitely brighter today with a sweep. Your winners, Aurora
Gaming!
Congratulations, boys! Welcome to Week 4. Napakaganda ng inyong simula. Ngayong week na to, Demon Kite, gusto ko munang ikaw ang makausap. Because before we started the match, narinig nyo naman ang message ni Coach Panda para sa inyo ni Light together with Aqua. Ano yung naramdaman mo and what do you want to say to your former coach?
Masaya po kasi matagal ko na siyang di nakita. Tsaka sobrang na-appreciate ko yung message niya kasi siya naman po yung kasama namin nung nag-start. Yung nag-start pa lang career namin. And sobrang thankful talaga kasi dami niyang naitulong sa amin.
And like you've mentioned, si Coach Panda rin yung kasama nyo nung nag-peak talaga yung career nyo with RSG. Speaking of, ano naman ang mensahe mo sa dati mong kasama na si Aqua na nakatapat nyo kanina lang?
Ang message ko kay Aqua, stay strong lang, tsaka lagi lang bawi every game. Tapos marami pa talaga silang ilalakas yung team nila.
Yeah, it's great to hear from Coach Panda. Of course, nandito rin naman si Light, one of the former players of Coach. Light, ano reaction mo sa skincare ni Coach Panda? Parang glowing ngayon, no?
Oo nga, naka-Korean Prada ka ata eh.
Yeah, he does look glowing. So, ikaw naman, ano yung naging reaction mo nung nakita mo yung mensahe ni Coach? Medyo na teary-eyed ka ba? Ang sweet yung message ni Coach eh.
Sakto na, lagi niya naman sa akin sinasabi na you are my star, gano'n, you are my pride, gano'n. Kaya ano ako, and then, parang tatay ko na rin kasi si Coach Panda na ano.
So for you talaga, father figure na talaga si Coach Panda.
Oo.
Okay, so look at the camera. Ano ang mensahe mo ngayon kay Coach Panda?
Take care always and I hope mag-meet ulit yung fat natin, gano'n.
At dahil nga, ikaw ay isang star ni Coach Panda, you were named the Roamer of the Week sa Week 3. Ano naman ang naramdaman mo nung ikaw yung na-feature natin na player for last week?
Siyempre, masaya. Parang yung hard work as a team nagbubunga, gano'n. Tapos, iniisip ko na lang maging consistent and ayun, hanggang dulo. Hopefully, makapag-champion.
We're looking forward to that. At ano pa kayo mga heroes? Inaabangan natin yan lagi from Light. And meron pa tayo na Player of the Week din last week.
Well, actually, speaking of consistent, Odin, parang personally, there's someone here in Aurora that I see as one of the most underrated and consistent players of the league. He's a man who got the first Savage of the season so far. Yue!
Yue!
On that Kimi. So, actually, Yue, gusto namin malaman, ano yung naging comms nyo sa panahon na yun? Yung nakuha mo na yung Savage, sinasabihan ka ba na, uy, Yue, kunin mo na yun? Or ikaw ba yung nagsabi, hindi, tabi na kayo, ako na to.
Hindi.
Ano nangyari?
Naalala ko lang, Savage, yun lang. Alam mo yun lang, hindi ko naman maalala iba eh.
So parang adrenaline rush na lang.
Parang yung comms kasi namin nun, hindi siya magulo.
Alright.
Kasi dami nagsabi nun.
So ano sabi niya? Akin. Okay.
So yun na daw eh. Hiningi mo pala yung Savage. Daw.
Hindi na maalala. Alright, real quick actually, Coach MTB, I need your help with something. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I want you to look at Yue right now. Tell us and the world your favorite things about Yue. As a player, in-game, outside of the game, what do you love about Yue?
Siguro para sa akin, siya lang yung favorite mid laner ko.
Oy.
Sa lahat. Kasi underrated kasi si Yue. So, pero ako kasi nakita ko talaga siya since bago pa siya mapunta sa amin or bago ko pa siya i-coach, malaki talaga yung potential ni Yue. And ngayon, mas lalo niyang napapakita kung ano talaga yung kaya niyang gawin.
Ang sweet ng mga coaches natin ngayon.
At speaking of consistency, hindi lang si Yue ang consistent sa ating team, but our birthday boy nung nakaraang araw, Edward!
Thank you guys sa mga
Isang
bumate.
happy birthday, Edward naman dyan. In 3, 2, 1! Ay, kumanta sila. Okay, thank you so much, Aurora. Happy birthday to you, Edward. Ano nararamdaman mo na nanalo kayo ngayon and tomorrow meron pa kayong match? Meron ka bang wish bilang birthday boy?
Ayun, sana mag-champion kami this season and maka-claim kami ng Emerald title.
Ooh, alright.
Excited kami para makita yan. Once again, let's give it up for your winners, Aurora Gaming. You may now take your bow. And just like that, Aurora started the week with a sweep.
Not only just a sweep, but a savage as well. Sigurado ako na masaya si Edward na nakakuha siya ng magandang birthday gift para sa birthday week niya.
At ano naman kaya masasabi ng ating mga casters with that match? Ibalik na muna natin sa ating desk.
Thank you so much to our host. We're back here in the casting deck. Still Uomi here with Athena and Wolf. And after that match victory coming in from Aurora Gaming, they still secure the top seed of MPL Season 16. And things are looking great individually as well for the players of Aurora.
And that's the way to start the day and the week here for Aurora, as well as being consistent all throughout the round.
I wonder who will be the MVP right now, especially after Yue just played so well. Of course, Light, I think out of all of the initiations coming out from Light, the only one that's really forgettable is that mistake in the mid lane. But apart from that, all the other initiations were stellar. This is how you play the Gatot-Kacha as a catch hero. Because sometimes the Gatot-Kacha is being played as a peel hero. It's more like the defensive manner. But you can see through the highlights that he played it like a true initiator for the team.
You're right.
And I think to be very precise here for Light as well, in the history of MLBB Esports, where Light is actually one of the top roamers of our league, I still recall a lot of plays coming in from his Lolita with off angles or angles that you wouldn't really expect him from. And this is something that Light has been doing for majority of his career as a roamer.
And this is why I love about Light that I mentioned. He makes it look easy, but it isn't, right? And I do like for Aurora that after the high loss, they also have a masterpiece here for the Gatot-Kacha that we were kind of expecting to be banned out, but for Apbr, they just didn't respect the Gatot-Kacha onto the hands of Light.
And I think the CC as well, the last pick CC coming in from Aurora Gaming, Wolf, that was an unexpected sudden combo coming in from Aurora Gaming. The Gatot-Kacha CC plagued the MSC 2025.
That's right.
And now in MPL Philippines Season 16, it's quite a big surprise that this went all the way down to the final pick before it was even showed up.
And you know, there's so many questions that I have with Apbr, especially with the last two picks that they've had. I firmly believe that their first three picks in this particular game were good. Like, you also already have good security when it comes to your damage output. You have some sort of counters against this Harith in form of the Beatrix as well as the Hayabusa, which was a traditional counter. But this Lunox and this Ruby that they played twice just makes no sense to me, you know? Although, technically speaking, you have your initiations, but this is still Lunox that is already now being picked in the mid lane, and already is a big liability when it comes to like farming because you need another core.
You're right. And actually, they could have just stopped onto the third blue pick and then pick up a hero that is more comfortable for Lord J. I mean, we even suggested just throw our lot out here for Apbr just so we could feel him playing fitting to his playstyle instead of them just being defensive at all times here for game number 2.
Well, a lot of unorthodox picks here for Lord J. I think the only XP laner so far that plays that Benedetta, and look at that. Such a nice ultimate coming in from Demon Kite to end that team fight as well. Plus the Abyssal Arrow landing coming in from the Yue. This was I would say, compared to game number 1, more of a game where Apbr did have a chance to secure this win by mid to late game. There were a couple of times that the Oogie Shadow kill coming in from James Panks secured crucial kills against Dominguez.
Yeah, especially because of I guess the mastery of James Panks with this hero. It's just that this hero is not as strong in the meta game. And imagine being Rora in this scenario, getting your first three picks as the strongest heroes in the meta game. Harith is arguably the best gold laner. Yi Sun-shin is toe-to-toe with Lancelot, but every time that the Lancelot is banned and the Yi Sun-shin is open, the stock for the Yi Sun-shin just rises up so much, and it becomes essentially the strongest jungler. You have the strongest gold laner and the strongest jungler with maybe the second best mid laner in form of the Selena. It is a tie between Selena and the Farsa. So Rora's draft is just so
one.
Well, maybe.
Who would have thought? We're in this